The big number for Mr. Babylon, part 33. Well, guess what? 825 backwards with Trump, with the English gematria, which is 6 times English ordinal or 6 times simple gematria, where, 88 miles per hour, Back to the Future. Biff and Back to the Future 2, they admitted was based off Trump. Had the hair and all that kind of stuff. They even had you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Hey, what do you know? It's 6:14, y'all. With the 45, eh? Anyway, look at the 825 backwards. Now, they love the world of anything backwards. They like backwards and upside down. Bible verse about how evil turns things upside down. Man has no free will, they like to
Psalm
say.
chapter 146, verse 9, describes God overturning the plans of the wicked, while Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20, shows how evil distorts morality, calling right wrong.
Faithfulness and the wicked turns, there it is, turneth upside down. Psalm 146, 9.
Psalm chapter 146, verse 9, shows God.
The Lord preserveth the strangers, he relieveth the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. Upside down, I think it's about how the evil world turns things upside down. So let's go back. Let's do Bible Gateway. Let's search King James Version. Sure enough, there we go. We are now in the King James. And then all we want to do is key in the word upside down and see if it pops anywhere else. No, if it's in the same. So I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish, wiping it and turning it upside down. There's the one we just read. There's the Isaiah one. But behold, it maketh empty and maketh it waste and scattered. Surely your turning things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. I think this is the one. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. I don't know. And maybe the person that I got that from used it incorrectly. But they love backwards. They like things upside down. Mystery Babylon loves to turn things backwards and upside down. Wonder what the AI, which is
The idea that Mystery Babylon inverts things is linked to theological views, specifically in the book of Revelation. It represents a spiritual system that deliberately distorts truth, undermines morality, and causes confusion.
Yeah, deeper than that, but okay. Anywho, let's begin. Yeah, so the Trump thing, there's your August 25th backwards. And it's simply Trump in the English gematria, where A is 6 and B is 12 and C is 18. Keanu Reeves, I ran him to the date. Yes, we've already ran him. He's 226 the year. 37 is the prime number for the church, and he's a devil's advocate, and that's what the devil's advocate's all about. And if you run it to the rising day, it'll be 22640. If you include both dates. So it would go from 63 to 64, which is a tremendous, yeah. Anyway, well, it's more of a personal cipher, isn't it? Okay. And remember, it's 144 minutes, which is 12 times 12, and we just saw the 37. the year 2026 with the prime number for the church, and the devil's advocate is the end times church with 144 minutes. So I love that Keanu Reeves to that date. Now, Keanu Reeves to the release of The Devil's Advocate. Did you know that it's 2 days away from being a perfect 121 Antichrist in the days? It's 12,098. Now, the 98th verse is the white horse crowning verse, and 12 is the number for the church, so we don't hate it. And it is 33 and 1, which is Trump's number times the year. But 2 days later, again, it would be the exact perfect of Trump's 33117, his number times the year. Remember, 11:7, Revelation 11:7 is the beast rising Bible verse. So it's kind of like that it hits for the event because 2 days later is rising on the third day, which would be that 121 and 11:7. So let's run the devil's advocate one more time to our event day. Well, let's actually run it to the rising day of 8/27. Yeah, and it's Trump's time of birth. It's 10:54. He was born at 10:54 a.m. What time of day was Donald Trump born?
Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946, at 10:54 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time, in Queens, New York City, at Jamaica Hospital.
Here's your 10:54. Bingo, boingo, bango. That's strong. That is just so powerful. Wow. Me to the devil's advocate, 3 months, 11 days, 311 is coded. Remember all of my connections to the end times. See previous videos. I love it. All right, let's keep moving. Anthony Fauci, I think we've looked at him once already, but maybe I was afraid that was in the other playlist that I had going for July 14th. I want you to get freaked out on something with Anthony Fauci. His number has the 58 and May 8th backwards or forwards. The way most countries write May 8th would be 8-5. We write it 5-8. Well, he's 858 in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. Now, look at Anthony Fauci to our event day. 85 years, 8 months. You have 858 baked directly into that. So he's a direct hit. And that only works for the 24th through about September 23rd. That's incredible that they matched that like that. Walt Disney, major player on the world stage. Do you know he's a perfect palindrome? 4, 5, 5, 5, 4. Same number backwards and forwards. Days. Yup. Dumbo, which I remember the Angel White YouTube channel that exposed Trump as the Antichrist. It was really that one, along with another channel, that taught me very easily that Trump was the Antichrist. And then throughout other research that the Lord allowed us to see, we could tell. That's, the Lord allowed it if he ends up being the Antichrist, I should say. And Dumbo was October 23rd and October 31st, but there's a big Dumbo. Maybe if we go to Angel White. Hang on just a Lemony Snicket's minute. Yeah, hang on just a quick second. Yeah, I couldn't find it. But anyway, October 23rd, October 31st, 1941. And when we run the Dumbo, which, yeah, there's just a Dumbo cartoon that was all about Trump. It featured Napoleon. You do get your 30988 on event day. If you include both dates, which we're always allowed to do. And it would be 3099 on Rising Day. Remember, 399 is murder, which is what the Antichrist is all about. The Antichrist is simply a man possessed by Satan. Satan now, just like God, Jesus was God in the flesh, Satan in the flesh is the Antichrist. Nothing more, nothing less. That is the mark of the beast, is total human body possession. That's why there's no turning back. And all goats are handed over to it. They had no free will in the matter, as there is no such thing as free will. And Dumbo's other was 30979 on murder date, not including both dates. And on Rising Day, it would be 1017, which is 11/7 coded. Drop the zero. Absolute perfection. And last prep's a big prep. And I want to get into the song Take On Me, October 19th, 1984, and its release date on YouTube, which was January 6, 2010. January 6, 2010, to our rising date, 6077. Again, the 607 is when you go from the 6th to the 7th King of Mystery Babylon era. That is what the 6-7 meme is all about. It's 16 years, 7 months. You have 6-7 coded again. You have 868 in the weeks. 68 is the reversal of 86. And that's what 867 5309, because of the 86, you do move over to that 7th King of Mystery Babylon. And remember, 68 is his name in the same cipher as Antichrist, reverse reduction. So Take On Me video, gigantic. Take On Me song, 15285. 285 is the address of One World Trade Tower, Fulton Street. And you have the 825 again backwards. And they love backwards. So it's kind of perfect in that regard also for them on that. Take On Me to the video. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Personal
The
cipherage.
Simpsons come from the fictional Springfield.
So The Simpsons Springfield, I wanted to check out, was it a specific Springfield? And it was actually no. Springfield, Illinois was where my family landed, and my mom was born in Aurora, and we all know Aurora. Again, my connection to the end times. My mom was born in Aurora, Illinois. And when they moved down to Florida, some of them stayed in Illinois, moved to Springfield. I want you to look at Springfield to our event date. It's Eve 710, followed by the 02, which was his number, my fallen friend of May 8th, which began all of this. 10143 also. Wow. That is just mind-blowing. And you have Eve also in the months. Eve in the Old Testament is 2332. Eve in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical, is 710. So you have double Eve coding. Very interesting. More from Springfield, 68139 over to 68141. It's 86 in the years. It's 38 is in the months. 22 is in the months. 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder in simple gematria. Been over this many times. Hopefully you're watching all of this from the playlist from the beginning. You would just be absolutely fascinated that it does really seem like we have our date Michael Jordan, major player on the world stage. February 17th. That's 217. That's Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7. The exact order in which they fell. He is Skull and Bones 322 coded. 23,202 days. Drop the zero. 322 coded. LeBron James, massive player on the world stage. LeBron has that 213 again, which we've been seeing all over the place, the release date of No Time to Die song. But it's 7 months, 26 days. 726 is Antichrist in the English gematria, 6 times English ordinal or 6 times simple gematria. Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7 in the weeks. So both Jordan and LeBron, either days or weeks, have the 217 coded. Magic Johnson, August 14th, 1959. Magic is 24 of 483. Remember, 48 is his name in the 4-base ciphers. 83 is murder in the 4-base ciphers. Magic would be 67 years, 11 days. 711 is coded. 67 is coded. Bingo, boingo, bango, right? Larry Bird, world stage, December 7th, 1956. He's 254.66. Remember, 66 book of the Bible is Revelation. That is on Rising Day. Direct smash hit. But more importantly, the 254 that precedes it, 254, 66 days. The 254, 9/11 occurred on day 254. 38 is in the weeks. Death and murder coded. The film, the main event, made me think about it since you get this White House Freedom 250 deal. 79 murder is right there in the URL. You're watching this on your smart TV, so you can see the fine print where my cursor is up there at the top. So murder is coded. It's released on the 22nd, which the 22nd prime number is 79. 79 is murder in simple gematria. It was the year 1979. Murder again. So murder is everywhere in the main event because the main event of this life is the right eye wound to the Antichrist that kicks us in. It's 17,233. In the days, not much else, but you just have to love that the main event is coded and loaded with murder. The main event had another release date. It's 17,159. And remember, 159, was that Antichrist or his name? I think 159 is his name, isn't it? Gematria calculator? God, from one day to the next, I can't even remember. How fried is my brain? It's Donald Trump. Simply Donald Trump is 159. And there's the 48 that we talked about earlier. And I told you there was the 83 with that. So we'll just do the murder. And there's the 83 in reverse. So yeah, that's a big deal. I'll tell you what popped in my head was the film Grand Prix. I don't know why it popped in my head. It popped in my head. This was a childhood movie. My parents had the album. The movie blew my mind as a child. Notice it says 1966. I bet I saw it when I was 5 or 6 years old. My parents took me. I guess they had to see it. And maybe that's why I was traumatized a little bit by it. You run Grand Prix to our event day, and it's Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7 in the days. 79 murder is in the days. 97th verse of Revelation is in the days, which is your opening of the seal. The next one is the white horse crowning verse. Look at the weeks. 311 fused with 11:3 coded. On Rising Day, it's still 311 coded. Goodness gracious alive. What was this? Must have been a personal cipher. I don't have it connected to anything. Oh, it's a massive personal cipher. And it's a direct smash hit. Another personal cipher, 237 in the days on day 237 in the year 2026 with the 86 in the months. 3748 in the weeks. There's your 48. There's your 688 in the hours. I just can't even begin to tell you how that blows my mind. Now, there's Trump's birthday baked into the 614 from the date 6/15, 1982. 6 times 15 times 1982. Notice it's got the 83 murder, it's got the 38 murder, it's got the 38 death, depending on which cipher. And Trump has 178 in his number times the year. His number, again, is 163464, which is the product of 6 times 14 times 1946. His complete birthday numeric readout. So that person, anybody born on that day that has all those numbers, they have Trump's birthday baked into the days. And on Rising Day, it's Trump's birthday baked in, fused with 144, the End Times Church. Bingo! What? Yep. Go figure that one. Go figure that one. Do I have anything in these? If you're born 313, Zapruder film, 1959, I may know a person. You have the 37 on our event day. This one here, I can't remember what this was. I know what this one is. And the other, hang on just a quick second, see if I got anything pulled up. This one here, massive personal cipher. Got the 68. Oh, that's to the May 8th date. The 1887% of a common year. Do you know that's my full name in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria? Wow, wow, wow. 226 in the months, which is this year, followed by the 12, a number for the church. 11/22/63 is JFK's event, and don't forget, that event, I think the first one they did to a clone, 22/9/22 days. That is a palindrome, same number backwards and forwards. Got the 22 twice. 22/9/22. Guess how old I was on the day of the X across America, the total solar eclipse of whatchamacallit, April 8th, 2024. The total solar that was the other total solar that formed the X across America. The other one was 821. If you just Google two total solars that made the X across America, I can go back over here and do it. X across America solar eclipse.
The
X
total solar
across
eclipse on April
America.
8th, 2024 There are no total solar eclipses across the contiguous United States until August 22nd, 2044. However, there will be partial eclipses, including one on August 12th, 2026, and a total eclipse in Alaska on
X across America total solar. And there it is, August 21st, 2017 and April 8th, 2024. So going back to that, JFK to our event day of 8/25, 2026, 22/9/22. Guess how old I was July 6, 1961, which I've shown you all that 1,000 times. Guess how old I was on 4/8/2024, the date of the total solar. 22922. So it must be what the 753 is in the clocks of Back to the Future. JFK's event. And they mentioned John F. Kennedy in Back to the Future, didn't they? Yes, they did. Will the AI admit that? John F. Kennedy in Back to the Future. Doc actually said
In
it.
Back to the Future, there's a well-known joke about John F. Kennedy. Marty McFly asks for John F. Kennedy Drive in 1955, and Sam, Lorraine's father, is confused, asking, "Who the hell is John F. Kennedy?"
Yeah, I think Doc, to locate Doc Brown's lab. Doc Brown mentions John F. Kennedy in Back to the Future.
The line about John F. Kennedy is actually spoken by Marty's grandfather, Sam Baines, not Doc Brown, during
Okay,
the family dinner scene in 1955.
my bad. So yeah, go figure on that. Anyway, I think we've got our date. How about y'all? Love you.